welcome to SULKNATIONtv. In this video, I'm going to discuss a topic that's been in the news quite a lot recently, and not just from a Mini perspective. I'm going to talk about electric vehicles, EVs, the horrific abbreviation that people will start using because, oh, everybody's cool and has to abbreviate everything. Electric vehicles. So recently we had an announcement from BMW CEO Oliver Zipse that by 2030, the Mini marque will only be selling electric vehicles. All of their range will be electric only. They hope by 2027 that 50% of their global sales will be electric vehicles, and they will release their last range of combustion engine cars by 2025. So 4 years time, that'll be the last combustion engine car will roll off the production line. So how much work are Mini going to need to do to please the masses of Mini fans, fanboys, owners, people that have sporty cars like my R53, or have more mundane, let's take the kids to school types of Mini, like the Countryman? I don't like the Countryman. I haven't driven one, don't like it. But what are they going to have to do? Because if we look at the specs of the current Mini Electric, the first gen of the Mini Electric, we're looking at a car that the base model starts at £25,500. Now, do you get a lot for that? Well, you basically get an F56 Mini Cooper hatch. That's basically what you get, but only in automatic, obviously, because it's an electric car. Can't really have a manual transmission. Or can you? I don't know. I don't think you can though. So for £25,500 at this moment in time, that will get you a base model comparison of the F56 Mini Cooper. So okay, right. You get an okay looking car. You know, it's okay looking. I don't like the wheels, not gonna lie. The wheels that have the novelty value of looking like a UK style plug socket, not really a massive fan of. I think they look awful, but that's just me. What power output do you get in this Mini? Well, you get 185 brake horsepower, but you don't, because it's not a combustion engine, so they don't make horsepower. You get 135 kilowatts of power, which equates to 184 brake horsepower, which that's not bad for a standard model. That's pretty cool. That's not too bad at all. I mean, it's more than my R53 rolled off the production line with in 2005. So that's fine, and especially for a Mini hatch that is going to appeal to a specific type of person. Torque figures: 250 newton meters of torque, 199.14 foot-pounds of torque. Now, to me, that's a little bit disappointing, that torque figure, because everything I've watched and read about electric vehicles, EVs, is that the torque figures are the most impressive thing about them. The torque is, because it's instant, the torque is incredible. But if the torque figures are less than 200 foot-pounds of torque, it's not. But then maybe because it puts it down instantly, maybe that is all you need. But they're not figures that jump out to me and go, wow. But then I'm not talking about a Porsche Taycan, which the figures of that make me go, wow, and for real. So far, so average. The range though, the range is the element of this vehicle that would mean that I have no interest in having one. There is no way that I would pick a Mini Electric, because the range is awful. 140 to 145 miles on a 100% battery charge. That's cack. That's cack. I get better than that with a full tank of petrol in this R53 that eats petrol. So that's rubbish, and that's the sticking point. That's the thing I really wanted to talk about, is the fact that at the moment, and yeah, you know, banning of combustion engines being sold after 2030, we've got 9 years. At this time of filming, we've got 9 years. Are we going to have cars that could do more range than that in 9 years? Are Mini going to produce a car that has more range than that? Well, yeah, probably. But how much more? Because in my daily job, I drive. I'm a general manager for a retail company, and I drive a lot, and I drive a lot of places, and that's why I've got a diesel Golf. So I drive and I get 500 odd miles range to a full tank of diesel in that car. So if I wanted to go, let's go mini electric, half my day would be spent charging the car before I could get home, and then setting the car up to charge at night. And even then, you're looking at charge times, which I'm going to go through now because I've made a huge amount of notes on charging. So let's talk about 80%. So Mini like to quote, and I don't think they're the only company, I think Audi do it as well, to get to 80% charge. Just from a normal household plug point, you're looking at 12 hours to get 140 miles of range. If you've got an installed wall box, which is a fast charger, you're looking at 3 hours, 12 minutes. That's not too bad. But how much is that going to cost to have one installed? And then you've got the away from home charge point. So a standard charge point will charge the Mini Electric's battery to 80% in 2 hours 30 minutes, which I don't want to be waiting around Taunton Dean services for 2.5 hours. Firstly, because they'll start charging you for parking after 2 hours. And secondly, it's Taunton Dean. If you find one of the very few at this moment in time rapid charge points, now you're onto a winner. Now you're onto a winner, 36 minutes. So yeah, I can sit around for 36 minutes charging my car to 80%. Great. But how many of these charge points are available around the country at time of filming? So at the start of 2021, the UK had 20,775 public charge points, of which 3,880 were rapid charge points. Now, if you take those figures just as figures themselves, that sounds okay, doesn't it? Like nearly 21,000, that's a lot. And nearly 4,000 rapid, that's a lot. No, it isn't, because think about driving along a motorway for a couple of hours. You're going to go past hundreds of cars. If those hundreds of cars are electric cars needing to be charged at different intervals, it's not enough. That is not enough public charge points, and certainly not enough rapid charge points. 3,880. No. Will it change? Will we have enough in 9 years' time? Quite possibly. If you were to push me, if I was a betting man and I was going to throw down a cheeky tenner on it, I'd say no. I don't think the infrastructure of the UK, and again, I am based this in the UK because that's where I live, I don't think our infrastructure of electricity and the availability of electricity is at a level where we can have enough charge points to cover people's commutes, let alone long distance travelling. I'm not there banging the drum going, oh, we have to keep petrol and diesel. I think if we need to save the planet, cool. But let's make the cars that you want people to be driving accessible financially as well as practically. Because 140 miles range doesn't make me want to go out and buy a Mini Electric. Essentially, what we have on the table at the moment, what options that we are given, they don't really cover the basic needs of what anybody would need from an electric car. They don't. In 4 years' time, when we see the last combustion engine Mini roll off the production line, you know, we might be in a completely different situation. The range of the Mini Electric might be actually feasible and pointful, but at this moment it isn't. I haven't driven one, and if anybody from Mini, especially if you're in the southwest, you know, westerly, Mini, whatever, if you're listening and you'd like me to drive and review a Mini Electric, then please go ahead, because I'm more than happy to change my mind on the benefits of that car. But at the moment, it isn't good enough. It's all an amazing idea. Let's make every car electric as of 2025. Let's make the ability to only buy electric cars from 2030 to save the planet, or at least to, you know, stave off the devastation of the planet for a little bit longer. But we're not ready. We're not ready. We won't be ready in 5 years' time. We might be ready in 9 years' time. It's going to be interesting. It really is. And also, I mean, we're going to miss the sound of a combustion engine, aren't we? There is going to be sounds that are missed. All these electric vehicles make very little sound whatsoever. And so, sounds like this will become a thing of the past, and that's a shame. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a bit of a strange one, isn't it? But I thought it's a topic that I haven't discussed before, and I think needed to be discussed. It's a different video to normal, isn't it? So you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. But what's your opinion on the electric vehicle revolution? And until the next time, I've been me, you've been you, and well done for that.